Yes, sir. Immediately start, sir.
Okay. So, hi, hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. So, yesterday, while departing,
Good evening, sir.
uh, hi, Navneet, good evening.
How are you, sir?
Fine. So, we were just discussing about this case. You have got limit extends to 0 plus. Okay. So, you have got C naught plus C1x plus C2x square plus C3x cube plus so on. Okay. So, for the time being, just assume that numerator, your numerator is an infinitely long series. Okay, you can assume that your uh, numerator is infinitely long. Okay, and in the base you have, for example, x to the power of 10. Okay, and it is given to you, it is being told to you that the value of this limit is a finite value. So what can you infer from this? What can you conclude from this? Did anyone think about it?
X
Anyone?
power 1, X power 2, X power 3,
What?
X power 3, X power 2, X power 10.
So see, your numerator, assuming that currently your numerator is infinite, okay? Your numerator is an infinite expansion, nothing to worry about that. So maybe Vignesh, what can we infer from this? What can we conclude from this thing? Okay, so like just look at the terms in the numerator, okay? Just look at the terms in the numerator. You have got C naught, okay? Okay, you have got C naught, you have got C1x, you have got C2x square, you have got C3x cube, you have got C4 x raised to 4, so on. Then one term you will get with x raised to 10 also, then greater than 10. Do you all agree? Like this, we will have infinite terms. And all of these terms individually will be divided by x raised to 10, right? All of these terms will be divided by x raised to 10. So what will happen if all of these terms are being divided by x raised to 10? I divide all of these terms by x raised to 10. What will happen? Vignesh, can you tell me? Bhavna, can
C2.
you tell me? What will be the value of the limit if all of these are divided by 10? What will happen to them? If all of these values are divided by x raised to 10 and I add them and take the limit x tends to 0, what will happen?
Sir, they will become zero.
Correct. Why will they become 0? Reason?
Sir, x is
Hmm.
tending to
X
zero.
is okay,
That's
correct. X is tending to 0, absolutely correct. So, see, all of these powers are greater than x raised to 10, right? So
yes, sir.
when I divide all of these numbers by x raised to 10, there will still be a power of x left in all of these. There will be x raised to 1 left here, x square left here, x cube left here, and so on, right? So there is a power of x left everywhere in all of these terms. So since x is tending to 0, so x raised to 1, x square, x cube, all of these will go to 0. So my answer, this part will go to 0. Okay. What will happen if I divide this thing by x raised to 10? What will be my value of limit?
C10 only.
Okay, C10, correct. See, C0, C1, C2, C3, all of these are real constants. Okay. All of these are real constants. Now let us discuss what will happen to all of these. So over here, your powers are lesser than 10, right? Your powers are lesser than 10. So what will happen in this case? What will happen in this case? Your powers are lesser than 10. Where will they go?
Infinity.
Why will they go to infinity? Do you have a reason? See, if my x is tending to 0 plus, my 1 by x will go to plus infinity, right?
Yes,
You all agree?
sir.
It will go to infinity. Okay. So when I divide all of these by x raised to 10, so it is not cancelling out the required powers. It it will not cancel out the powers. It will not cancel out the powers of x, and there will be powers in the negative, right? So this thing will give me x raised to power of minus 10. This will give me x raised to power of minus 9. This will give me x raised to power of minus 8, and so on. X raised to minus 1. All of these terms individually will go to infinity, and along with them, any constant. So they will bring it to infinity. But what have I told you? What have I told you? That the value of this limit is a finite value. So how is this thing possible? How is that thing possible? How can I get a finite value? How is that thing possible? Can you tell me? If C0, C1, C2, C3, C4, so on till C9, all of these are making it infinity, what can I do so that I get a finite value of the limit? What can I do? Really simple. Just think in the basics. I will make C0, C1, C2, so on up to C9 equal to what value?
C10.
What can, how much? No, I mean, by just think clearly. See, C0, C1, C2, C3, all of these. If even one of these remains, so it will make the limit go to infinity. So what can I do so that the limit is a finite value? What can I do? I can make all of these zero.
Yes,
What will
sir.
happen if all of these are zero? What will happen if C0, C1, C2, C3 till C9, all of them are zero? So my series will only start from C10, right? Do you all agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You all agree, right? Okay, let us just look at one more case. So let's just generalize this case. You have got something like C0 plus C1x plus C2x square plus so on. In the numerator, you have an infinitely long series. In the denominator, you have any natural number n. Any natural number n. So what can you infer from this? And it has been told to you that the value is a finite value. So what can you infer? Anyone? I can infer that C0, C1, C2, so on,
Till
up to Cn minus 1, all are zero, right?
Yes.
You all
yes,
agree?
sir.
You all agree with this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And what will be the value of this limit? Can you tell me? In this case, if I make C0, C1, C2 till C9 all equal to 0, my value of limit will be
C10.
correct. C10, because C10 was the only one that was left. So it will be C10. What about this case? What will it be?
CN, sir. CN.
Cn, correct. Cn. Okay. Now looking at one more case, the same thing. And it is given to you that the value of this limit equals to 0. So what will you infer in this case? What can you infer? Tell me, anyone?
Sir,
Hmm? Tell.
it's 0, sir.
How
Cn
much?
equal to Cn
Yes,
equal to
correct.
0.
Correct, correct. Cn equal to 0. See, because the value of this limit was Cn, right? The value of this limit was Cn. And now I'm telling you that the value is 0. So directly, Cn is equal to 0. So basically, C0, C1, C2, so on, till Cn, all are equal to 0. That is how you will be getting it. Everyone got it? Vignesh,
Yes, sir.
got it?
Yes, sir.
Shravani,
Yes, sir.
see what is happening over here is, if I divide all of these by x raised to 10, so starting from C0 till C9, all should be 0. Only then I can get a finite value. Even if one of these remains non-zero, I will get a infinite value for sure. I will get to infinity because it will be 1 by x. It will have some power of 1 by x. The same thing on the right hand side, and I don't care only. To the right hand side of x raised to 10, I won't care because I know there is some x left. So it will get it to 0. Looking at this case, I have just generalized it. So Cn and the value of limit will be equal to Cn, right? What about this case? I am telling you beforehand that the value is 0. If the value is 0, I'm telling you beforehand the value is 0. So if the value is 0, the value here was Cn. So starting from C0 to Cn minus 1, all are 0. Along with that, Cn will also be 0 because Cn is the value of the limit. This is also 0. Okay. So let us just look at this case. You have got limit x tends to 0 plus, okay. You have got 5 sine x minus 7 sine 2x plus 3 sine 3x whole divided by x cube. Can you tell me which form is this? First of all, which form is this?
0 by 0, sir.
Okay, great. 0 by 0 form. So how can you solve it? Maybe you can apply
No,
L'Hopital's rule, right?
Yes.
But like
Yes, sir.
differentiating one sign that is like inside another, like you have got sine of 3x, sine of 2x, like that. So for the time being, we'll do it with infinite expansion. Do you all remember what is the infinite expansion of sine x? What is the infinite expansion of sine x?
X.
How much? What is it? And yeah, just one more thing. It is given to you that this is a finite value. Okay. It is given to you. Okay. So does any one of you remember infinite expansion of sine x?
Yes,
It
sir.
is x minus x cube by, tell me.
By 3 factorial
It is factorial.
plus
Hmm.
x raised to 5 by 5 factorial
5
minus x raised to
factorial.
7 by 7 factorial.
Higher order
Great.
terms.
Great. So just tell me, in the denominator, I have x cube. What powers of x? What powers of x do I need to consider in the numerator? Given to me that it is a finite value. It is given to me that it is a finite value. What powers of x should I look directly in the numerator? Look for in the numerator. What powers of x should I be looking at in the numerator? Okay, so for the time being, you can just assume that your numerator, when you expand your numerator, you can just assume it again like this. And in the denominator, you have x cube. In the denominator, you have x cube. So can you tell me what power, which power of x in the numerator will decide my value of limit? Coefficient of which power of x will decide my limit? Coefficient of which power of x in the numerator was deciding my value of limit? Tell me. If I had x raised to n in the denominator, coefficient of what power of x was deciding my value of limit?
N.
Tell me. Right. X raised to n, right? Cn was what?
Yes, sir.
What was Cn? Cn was the coefficient of x raised to n. So now tell me, what coefficient of x, sorry, like what power should I be looking at in the numerator?
3.
X raised to 3.
3, correct. So just tell me, you have got sine x, okay? You have got sine x. What
Sin
will be the
x.
formula for sine of 2x?
2 sin A cos A.
2 sin A cos A.
Why? Why? You have got the infinite expansion, na?
Sin x cos x plus.
Sin x square.
Arey, why? Why? You have got the infinite expansion of sine x. How do you get the infinite expansion of sine of 2x?
2x.
Arey,
By multiplying 2.
in place of x, substitute 2x. No,
Yes.
multiplying by 2 won't help. Multiplying by 2 won't help. It will give you 2 sine x. I don't want 2 sine x. I want sine of 2x. So in place of x, I can put 2x. So it will be
Yes.
2x minus 2x whole cube by 3 factorial plus 2x whole raised to 5 by 5 factorial and so on. Same about, what about sine of 3x? In place of x, I will be substituting 3x. So 3x
3x
minus
minus 3x power 3 by 3 dash. 3x power 5 by 5.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me this. When I'm trying to take 5 times of sine x, when I multiply this thing, I have this infinite expansion of sine x. When I multiply it by 5, what power of x cube will come in the picture?
X power 10.
If I multiply my sine x, this whole thing, see, it is written 5 sine x. My first term is 5 sine x. I have got this infinite expansion of sine x, okay? I am asking you, if I multiply this whole expansion by 5, what is the coefficient of x cube that I will be getting? Coefficient of x cube that I will be getting. Can you tell me?
1.
5.
1. 5. Why? What is the coefficient of x cube over here? What is the
1.
coefficient of x cube?
1,
1?
sir.
1, sir. 1.
Sir.
1? Are you
Minus
sure?
1.
It is 1. Minus
Yes,
1.
sir.
What about the 3 factorial in the denominator?
Oh,
Minus x.
1 by 6, sir.
Correct. Minus 1 by 6. Minus
Yes.
1 by 6, right? So if I multiply it by 5, what will be the coefficient of x cube? Gayatri, Sravani,
1 by 2, sir.
Bhavna. I am asking you, see, over here, you have got this infinite expansion of sine x, okay? If I multiply this infinite expansion of sine x with 5, currently, what is the coefficient of x cube? What is the coefficient of x cube?
Minus 1 by 6.
Minus 1 by 6. Okay, great. Minus 1 by 6. So if I multiply it by 5, what will be the coefficient of x cube? See, currently you have minus 1 by 6. If I multiply the whole expansion with 5, won't my
Minus
coefficient
5
also
by
get
6.
multiplied? Yeah, correct. Minus 5 by 6. Really
Minus
simple.
5 by 6.
If you multiply this thing by 5, you will get minus 5 by 6. So you'll get minus 5 by 6 x cube. Okay, minus 7 times. So you have got this sine of 2x. What is the coefficient of sine of 2x? So in this sine of 2x expansion, what is the coefficient of x cube? What is your coefficient of x cube?
Minus 8 by
Minus
6.
Minus 8 by 6, correct. Right? Minus 8 by 6. Correct. Okay. Plus 3 times. Now in this sine of 3x, what is your coefficient?
27 by 6, sir.
Is it 27 by 6 or
27.
minus 27 by 6?
Minus 21.
Minus
27 by 6.
27 by 6.
Whole divided by. This thing will come with x cube. X cube. X cube. And limit x like x is tending to 0. So no issues. I can just cut this x cube, x cube, x cube, x cube. So I have my answer minus 5 by 6 plus, what will it be? it will be 56 by 6 minus 81 by 6, right? Do you all agree? 56 minus
Yes,
86. What is 56 minus 86? 56 minus 86
30.
30, sir.
minus 30
Minus 30.
by 6. So my final answer is minus 5. Great. You got everyone how we did this question? So instead of looking at all the powers, we just focused on x cube and got our answer. Okay. See, currently you could have said that, sir, it is a really easy problem. We can apply L'Hopital's rule. And I agree with you. You can apply. You can go for L'Hopital's rule in this case. But now I will show you one question in which it is really difficult. And you can just assume it is impossible to apply L'Hopital's rule. Okay, great. So you all see this question? Is the question visible, everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you have got e raised to x cube. First of all, I guess many of you would not know how to differentiate e raised to x cube. Minus 1 minus x cube raised to 1 by 3 plus this thing into sine x. Divide by x into sine square x. भाई बहुत ही मुश्किल है. But one trick, if you all remember, if you have sine x coming alone, occupying the denominator, what can you do?
We can ignore it.
Great work. So over here you have got sine square x. What can I write it as?
X cube.
X square.
Okay, great. I mean, the whole denominator will change to x cube, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And what about this sine x coming over here? What can I do to it? This sine x is also coming alone, right? In the numerator.
X cube.
Can I do something to it? What can I do to it? Sine x.
X square.
X square.
Sir, is it
Vignesh,
coming alone, sir?
you need to tell me, is it coming alone or not?
No,
No,
Does it
sir.
have anything? Does it have anything plus? Like, obviously it is coming alone. Just see. Why do you feel it is not coming alone? Tell me.
Sir, it is not to the whole numerator. No.
Nah, sir.
So I can, like, just a minute. Just treat this thing as different part. Treat this thing as different part. Okay. So what you can do, treat the first term as a different part. Treat the second term as a different part. And your third term as a different part. So it can be written as a minus b plus c whole divided by x cube, right? Now I can write it as a by x cube minus b by x cube plus c by x cube. So in this c, is my sin x coming in the numerator or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
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 Yes, sir.
So that is why you need to see one step ahead also. Many a times sin x will be multiplied by something, but it can occupy the whole numerator if I split it into parts, right? So in this third part, if I just take this third part divide by x cube, it is occupying the whole numerator. So yeah, it can. So I can ignore this sign also. So what will I get if I ignore this sin x? What will I get?
X.
Okay, great. I'll get x. So now just tell me, in the denominator, I have x cube, okay? And this x we got over here is just getting multiplied with this term. It is not multiplied with these two terms. So I can't cancel it. So if I have x cube in the denominator, what power of x will decide the value of limit in the numerator? What value of x? What power of x will decide? Tell me. Tell me which power of x in the numerator will decide my value of limit. What do I have in the denominator?
X cube.
Okay, great. I have x cube. So what power? Like earlier also, like we have been doing this. What power of x did I have in the denominator over here?
X
X cube.
X cube. So what power in the numerator was I looking at?
X
I was
cube.
looking at x cube. So the same thing I'll be doing over here also. I'll just look at the power of x cube. So you all know what is e raised to x expansion? What is the expansion of e raised to x?
1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square plus x square by 2
Okay, okay.
factorial.
Okay, great, great. No, not an issue. So what will be the expansion of e raised to x cube? What will it be? In place of
One.
x, just substitute x cube. So 1 plus x cube by 1 factorial
Cube by
plus x raised to 6 by 2 factorial and so on. So now tell me, I have got e raised to x cube, right? I have got e raised to x cube. What is the coefficient of x cube in e raised to x cube? What is it?
1.
Tell me. 1. Great. Now we'll be looking at the other expansions also. Does any one of you remember what is the expansion of 1 minus x raised to n? What is it? No one remembers. What is it? Okay, at least you should remember of 1 plus x raised to n. Arey yaar.
1 plus
Remember.
extra
Tell. 1
1
plus.
plus nx plus
I need one more term.
n into n plus n minus 1 by 2 x square.
Okay. Okay. So if you know this, can you tell me what will be 1 minus x raised to n? This was of 1 plus x raised to n. So what we have 1 minus. So in place of x, you can just substitute minus, right?
Yes, sir.
So it will be 1 minus nx. Okay. Is this correct, everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you need to calculate 1 minus x cube raised to 1 by 3. So in place of x, you can substitute x cube, and in place of n, you substitute 1 by 3. So this will become 1 minus 1 by 3 into x cube. Is this right, everyone? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
In place of x, I have substituted x cube. In place of n, I have substituted. What have I substituted? 1 by 3, right? In place of n, I have substituted n by 3. 1 by 3. And in place of x, I have substituted x cube. Now, can you also tell me what will be the expansion of 1 minus x square raised to half? Tell me fast.
1 minus 1 by 2 x square
Okay,
plus
great. I don't actually need the other term if you look closely. So see, I'll just tell you why. See, I need only the coefficient of x cube, right? So I have already got x cube over here. What about 1 minus x cube raised to 1 by 3? Do I have the coefficient? Do I have the coefficient?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Now what about 1 minus x square raised to half minus 1? Right? I have got this thing. And it is multiplied by x also. There is an x in the multiplication also. So what power will I be looking at over here?
X cube.
Think again. X cube. See, just think again. In the whole of numerator, I was looking at x cube. But there is already an x present along with this term. So in this term, what power of x will I be looking at? See, I already have this x. Okay. So just think it like this. You have this bracket multiplied by x. In this whole thing, you are looking for powers of x cube. So inside this bracket, what power of x will you be looking for?
So is
What?
it x raised to 1?
X raised to 1. Why? See, if I have x raised to 1 inside and it gets multiplied, it will give me x square. Am I looking for x square?
X square, sir. We are looking.
Acha, you told x square. Okay, great. X square, correct. Because whatever power inside this bracket gives me x square, it will get multiplied by x and give me x cube. Do you all agree with this? You all agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So inside this bracket, 1 minus x square raised to half minus 1, I can just look at the coefficient of x square. So tell me, what is the coefficient of x square?
Minus 1 by 2.
Great. Now just operate it. Now the only thing left is calculation. We can do it. So you have got e raised to x cube. So in e raised to x cube, you had
1.
x cube by 1 factorial, right? Then minus 1 minus x cube raised to 1 by 3. So you've got minus 1 by 3 raised to x cube, right? Okay. Then over here you have got plus minus half x square multiplied with this x whole divided by x cube. So obviously I can cancel out my x cube, and x cube. So x cube, x cube, x cube, and x cube. So I'm left
Sure.
with 1 by 1 factorial. Yes.
Can I know what happened to the minus 1 in the denominator?
Which minus 1?
Which is multiplied with sin x.
Yeah, see, oh, okay. So not an issue. So see, over here, do you see a 1? In this expansion of 1 minus x square raised to half, do you see a 1 in the starting?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just take it that side. Just take it that side. What will happen?
Minus 1.
Plus.
Will I get this thing? I will get
Yes,
this
sir.
bracket. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that is what I was doing. Yeah, that is what I have done. Just see this 1 over here, take it that side. So you will get this whole bracket. And the term will start from x square. That's it. Okay, so you've got plus 1 by 3, and then you've got a minus half. So what is 1 factorial? 1 factorial?
1.
So your final answer is 1 by 1 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. What is the value? 1 by 1 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. Tell me the final answer. Half plus 1 by 3. What is the value? 5 by 6. Right?
Yes, sir.
You all agree? 5 by 6. Okay. And it is given to me that beta, the value of beta is 5 by 6. I mean, the beta is the value of the limit. So beta is equal to 5 by 6. And it is asking me what is the value of 6 beta. Can you tell me what is the value of 6 beta?
5.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 5.
5. 5, right? 5. Okay. So just using this trick, we were able to do this question a lot faster. Just look at those powers of x that are required in the new denominator. All the others are useless because all of the higher powers will go to 0. And it is already given to me that this value is finite. So all the lower powers are also of not my use because their coefficients will be equal to 0. So I will look at absolutely the power that is required. So in the denominator, I saw that it is x cube. So I just calculated those powers, those coefficients of x cube. So I just saw which coefficients of x cube I am getting. So I got this. So today we will be just discussing one more concept. I mean, related to the same thing. So you have got x tends to c. Okay, c is any constant, arbitrary constant, any constant. So you have got f of x raised to divide by g of x. Okay, it is given to you something like this. And it is given to you that the value of this limit is a finite value. Okay, it is given to you that the value of this limit is a finite value. Okay, and when you go for inputting the value, okay, so what do? You just input your, you first of all go and input your value of, like to check which form is this. So you get that g of c is equal to 0. Okay, you get that g of c is equal to 0. So basically what you will do, you have got any value x. So you will substitute it in f of x and in g of x to check which form it is coming. And you get that the denominator is tending to 0. Your denominator is equal to 0. And what will happen? What will happen if your f of c is not equal to 0? Can you tell me what will happen? You have a finite value at the top. You have a finite value at the top. Any non-zero value you have at the numerator. And in the denominator, you get a value that is 0. So any finite value divided by 0, where will it tend to? Where will my value of limit tend?
Infinity, sir.
Okay, great. My value of limit will tend to infinity. But it is already given to me that the value is a finite value. So where should it go? Where should it go? F of c, where should it tend to? If I can't have a 0 at the top, what can I have at the top?
Infinity, sir.
Infinity. I mean, if
Zero.
f of c will go to, yeah, 0, it should tend to 0, right? Then you will get 0 by 0 form, right? Only then you can get 0 by 0 form, right? So what can I infer? I infer that my f of c, my numerator, should also tend to 0. So let us just look at a few cases. So in these cases, we will need to solve for a few variables of x, okay? So you have L, limit x tends to 0, okay? Sine of 2x plus a sine x divided by x cube. And it is given to me that it is finite. It is finite. So it is asking me value of a. A is any constant, okay? So first of all, which form is this? Which form is this? You substitute x as 0. So you'll get, what is sine of 0? Sine of
0,
0?
sir.
Okay.
0 by 0.
Sine of 0 is 0. Okay, great. This is 0 by 0 form. Great. Absolutely correct. This is 0 by 0 form. So if it is 0 by 0 form, should I go for L'Hopital's rule? Can I go for
Yes, sir.
L'Hopital's rule?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I can go for L'Hopital's rule. So the derivative of sine of 2x is 2 cos of 2x. Okay. What is the derivative of a sine x? What is it? A sine x.
A cos
A,
x.
a cos x, correct. Whole divided by. What is the derivative of x cube?
3x square.
3x square. Great. So now can you tell me what is the value of the numerator? Sorry, the denominator. What is the value of the denominator? If x is tending to 0, where is 3x square tending?
0.
Okay. What about the numerator? What is cos of 0? Cos of 0,
1.
anyone?
Sir. 1.
Cos of 0 is 1. So where will the numerator go to? Your numerator will go to, tell me, 2 plus a.
2 plus
Do you all
a.
agree? It will
Yes,
go to 2
sir.
plus a. You all agree that it will go to 2 plus a. Great. Absolutely correct. It will go to 2 plus a. So now tell me, if I assume if my 2 plus a is not equal to 0, what will be the value of limit tending to? See, my numerator is not equal to 0. It is any other value, any finite value that is not equal to 0. So any finite value that is not equal to 0 divided by 0, where will it go?
Infinity.
Okay. But what is given to me?
It is a
It is
finite.
given to me that, so if it has to be a finite value, my 2 plus a should be equal to 0. Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if my 2 plus a is equal to 0, what is my value of a?
Minus 2.
Great. You can look at the book, page number 19.11, 19.11. So in the book, they have given a really long method to solve it. They have gone for the expansion of sine of 2x, then gone for the expansion of sine x, and then got this. But we have got it in one step, right? Use IITian's brain. It will help you. So do you all feel that it is that you are able to do the questions little bit faster? Okay. So great. We'll be just looking at a few PYQs related to the same thing. Okay. Okay, great. Let us just start with a really tough looking one. So you've got 3 plus alpha sin x plus beta cos x plus ln of 1 minus x whole divided by, just a minute. So first of all, I have this tan square x that is disturbing me in the denominator. What can I do to it? I have got this tan square x. What can I do to it? Tell me. Is this tan square x coming alone? Vignesh, Navneet, is this tan square x alone or does it have something with it?
Alone, sir.
So what
Allow.
can I do to it? What can I do?
Avoid.
Avoid it, correct? Ignore it. So if I ignore, what will happen? What will be my limit? Can I just directly write x square?
3x square. Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. Why did it take so much time to answer? Okay. So tell me if like x is tending to 0, where is your denominator tending to?
0.
Great work. What about the numerator? Let us look at the numerator also. So what is sine 0?
0.
Okay,
0.
so you've got 3 plus 0 plus beta, right? Beta into 1, beta,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
right? Plus ln of 1. What is ln of 1?
0.
Great. So in the numerator, you have got 3 plus beta. In the numerator, you have got 3 plus beta. So 3 plus beta divided by 0. So in order for this value to be finite limit, like it is given to me that it has a finite value. So what should be the value of beta for that? Tell me. See, you have got 3 plus beta divided by 0. 3 plus beta
Minus 3, sir.
divided. How much should be? What should be 3 plus beta? What should be the value of 3 plus beta?
0.
Great. So what is the value of beta?
Minus 3.
3 minus
Minus
3,
3.
Great.
sir.
This is what they were asking. Alone. JEE Main 2023. So just they asked just the value of beta. And now we will go one step further and calculate the value of alpha also. So great. I already know the value of beta. Beta is minus 3. So I've got 3 plus alpha sin x minus 3 cos x plus ln of 1 minus x whole divided by 3x square. Right? We have this. So obviously now it is 0 by 0 form. So now if I differentiate it, it is 0 by 0 form, so I can go for the derivative. What is the derivative of 3? Derivative of 3. Great, 0. What about alpha sin x?
Alpha cos x.
Alpha
Cos x,
cos
sir.
x.
Alpha cos x. What about minus 3 cos x?
Plus 3 sin x.
Sin x.
What about ln of 1 minus x? You don't know this. Okay, not an issue.
1 minus x.
Minus 1 by 1 minus x. Correct. And what about the denominator? 3x square. What is the derivative of 3x square?
6 raised to x. See, 6x
6
raised
raised
to
to
x.
x.
No, sir.
6
6x
raised
to
to
1.
x.
No,
6x.
sir.
Okay, great.
6x.
Okay, okay, not an issue. Now go again, substitute your value. X as 0. If your x is equal to 0, what will your denominator tend to?
0.
What about the numerator? Alpha plus 0 minus 1. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Is this calculation correct? Okay.
Yes.
So now again, alpha is equal to, what should be the value of alpha minus 1? If this has to be a
1.
finite value,
0.
1. So what is the value of alpha? Value of alpha?
Sir.
Right.
2, sir.
2, sir.
How much? Ah,
2,
sorry,
sir.
sorry, sorry.
2.
Just a minute. Just a minute. What should be your alpha minus 1? What should be your value of alpha
0.
minus
0,
1?
sir.
0,
0.
sir.
It should
0.
be equal to 0, not 1. Correct. So what is your value of alpha?
Alpha is for sure, sir.
1, sir.
Great. Your value of alpha is 1. See, like the whole question, whatever they were asking, I was able to do it in the first step only. The second step was just added by me. So we can calculate alpha value also. Like it was not a part of the question, so no need to worry. Only this beta is equal to -3. This was only a part of the question. And see, like how quickly we were able to do the question. Like literally just substituting the values and getting the answer. Just substituting in the value of x and I got the answer, right? So let us see if we have a few more. Okay, great. We have got one more. I mean, they are really simple ones. Okay, so you have got sine of 3x plus alpha sine x minus beta cos of 3x whole divided by x cube. So tell me, where will my denominator tend to? Tell
Sir,
me. Tell.
So we can't get to see your screen, sir.
Oh, okay.
yes,
Just
sir.
okay. Well, yeah. Is it visible now, everyone? Yeah, it
Yes,
is
sir.
visible now, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I've got sine of 3x plus alpha sine of x minus beta cos of 3x divided by x cube. So where will my denominator tend to?
0.
What about the numerator? Sine of 0, 0, right? Plus alpha into 0, 0. Minus beta into 1, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
minus beta into 1. So it is minus beta only. So minus beta.
Yes, sir.
So now tell me, it is minus beta divided by 0. So what should be my value of beta?
Infinity.
Arey yaar. Tell me. What should be my value of beta?
0, sir.
0. Because I need to make my numerator also 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so minus beta is equal to 0. So now just tell me, if beta is equal to 0, this whole beta into cos of 3x is what? What is it?
0, sir.
It was just given to confuse me. Like this whole part is actually not there. It was just given to confuse me. Right? You got this. Now it is 0 by 0 form. Let us, if it is 0 by 0 form, can I go for L'Hopital's rule?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the differentiation of sine of 3x?
Cos minus cos.
Is it minus cos? Wait a minute. Vignesh, Gayatri, sine of 3x, what is it? It is 3 into cos of 3x, right? Cos of 3x into 3 plus alpha cos x whole divided by 3x square, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
So now, where is my denominator tending to?
0.
What
0,
about the
sir.
numerator? What about the numerator?
3 plus alpha.
So what should be my value of 3 plus alpha?
0.
If great, 3 plus alpha should be 0. What should be my value of alpha?
Minus 3.
Minus 3.
Great work. So what? 3 cos of 3x, right? Minus 3 cos x whole divided by 3x square, right? So I can just cancel out this 3, 3 and 3. So you've got cos of 3x minus cos x whole divided by x square. So the differentiation of the differentiation of cos of 3x is minus 3 sine 3x. Of minus cos, you have plus sine x whole divided by. What is the differentiation of x square?
2x.
X, sir.
2x. Great. So do I have the answer already? I actually wanted the value of the limit. It is asking me the value of the limit. So you can just write it as minus 3 sine 3x by 2x plus sine x by 2x, right? Tell me, you have got sine 3x by 2x. What will be the value? Sine 3x by 2x. Can I ignore my sine function?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so ignore it now. Ignore it. Why are you taking so much time? What about this x by 2x? So you've got minus 9 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What is the value? Minus 8 by 2. What is it? Minus 4.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
This is also a PYQ. It is of JEE main only this year only, 2024, 5th April. Great. Okay, so we will just look at a few more similar questions, but now requiring a little bit more concept. So you have got limit x tends to infinity, x square plus 1 by x plus 1 minus ax plus b. Okay, this thing is equal to 0. So it is asking me find a and b. So first of all, I will try to take out the common thing and bring it upwards. So I've got x cube plus 1 minus ax plus b into x plus 1. Ax plus b into x plus 1. Can you help me multiply it? What will it be? Ax square
X
plus
square plus ax plus bx plus b.
ax plus bx plus b. Okay, great. So I've got minus of ax square plus ax plus bx plus b whole divided by x plus 1. Right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Which form is this?
Infinity by infinity.
Infinity.
Great. Infinity by infinity. Do I have a trick? Do I already have a trick with me to solve infinity by infinity form?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Which,
sir.
what is the
We
trick?
have
What is the trick?
higher order.
Great. Look at the highest power terms. So if you look at the highest power terms, what is the highest power in the numerator?
X square.
X
Okay,
power
great.
4.
So x power 4. Where do you have x power 4 in the numerator?
No, sir. X square.
Yeah, x square. So what is the coefficient of x square in the numerator?
1, sir.
1.
Mine A 1 minus A.
Great. 1 minus.
It's a 9 minus a.
1 minus a. And what is the highest power in the denominator?
1, sir.
1, sir.
1, sir.
1. And its coefficient is also 1, right?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you cancel out this and this. You get 1 minus a into x. So if x is tending to 0, where is 1 minus a into x tending to?
0.
0.
Sorry, x is tending to infinity. No, x is tending to infinity. Sorry, I misplaced the question. If x is tending to infinity, where is 1 minus a into x tending to?
Infinite.
It will go to infinity. But is my final value of the limit tending going to infinity? Is it going to infinity?
No, sir.
No,
No, it is
sir.
going
0.
to 0. It is going to 0. So if it is going to 0, what can I infer about 1 minus a? Think again
Equal
and
to
tell
0.
me.
1 minus a.
Correct. 1 minus a should be equal to 0. Correct. Because if 1 minus a is 0, my whole coefficient of x square in the numerator will evaporate. If it evaporates, it is a good thing for me because I have no x square term in the numerator left. So if 1 minus a is 0, a is equal to how much?
1. 1, sir.
Great. A is equal to 1. So now let us just substitute a is equal to 1. So x square will get cancelled out. So I have 1 minus x plus bx minus b whole divided by x plus 1. Right? Everyone agrees?
Yes, sir.
Now can you tell me what is the highest power in the numerator? What is it?
Sir.
X raised to
How
1.
much?
X raised to 1.
Raised to 1. X raised to 1. And what is the coefficient of x raised to 1 in the numerator?
1 plus b.
1 plus b or minus of 1 plus b?
B minus 1, sir.
Minus of 1 plus b, sir.
Minus of 1 plus b. Right? Because there is a minus, right? So this minus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Minus 1 plus b into x, right? Divided by. About the numerator, what do you have?
Denominator.
Denominator X, sir.
Great. X. X and x got cancelled. What is the value of the limit? 0.
0.
So if minus
Yes.
of 1 plus b is equal to 0, what is the value of b?
1, sir.
1?
Minus 1, sir.
Arey yaar. Minus 1. Calculation, yaar. Basic calculation. If b plus 1 is 0, b is equal to minus 1. So have I got the value?
Yes.
Yes,
Do I have
sir.
the value? Yeah, great. I have the value. Okay. So let us just look at 2 more questions. These are the unsolved ones now. So since they are unsolved, so you won't be having the solutions. So limit x tends to 0. You have got a e raised to x minus b divided by x. So can you tell me where is my denominator tending to? It is asking me the values of a and b only. So can you tell me where is my great? What about the numerator? What is e raised to 0?
1, sir.
A minus
1,
Great.
B.
sir.
Great. So
A
a minus
minus
b.
b.
So what should be my value of a minus b?
0, sir.
0, sir.
Great. A minus b is 0. I got first equation.
Yes, sir.
If it is 0 by 0 form, should I go about differentiation? What is the derivative of a e raised to x? What is it? A e raised to x. A into
A.
e raised to x. How much? A into e raised to x only, right?
Yes, sir.
Everyone,
Yes,
Minus
sir.
right? Divided by what is the derivative of this thing?
1, sir.
1, sir.
Which form is this? Which form is this? Tell me which form is this? Is this an indeterminate form?
No,
Is
sir.
my
No,
numerator?
sir.
So I can just
No, sir.
input my value. What is my value?
1, sir. A, sir.
A, sir.
A. And it is like it had told me that the value of this limit is equal to 5. Okay. The value of this limit is equal to 5. And here I got that my value is equal to A. So what can I say? Can I say A is equal to 5?
Yes, sir.
And what about B? If A minus B is equal to 0, can I say A is equal to B? क्या हो गया? If A minus
Yes,
B is
sir.
equal to 0, can I say A is equal to B?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So
sir.
I got my value of A. So what will be my value of B?
5, sir.
5, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is the derivative of B is 0?
B is a constant, right? Any constant value, derivative is 0.
Okay, sir.
You have any constant value, its derivative will be equal to 0. Okay. So great. I guess. Okay. So time is up. Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Or let me just give you one small question. Okay, so this is your homework. So first of all, in the basics, am I audible? Everyone? What can I do to this sine square x? First of all, just tell me fast. What can I do to the sine square x in the denominator?
It will be x square, sir. We'll ignore
Okay, so
sign.
in the denominator, I can directly get x raised to 6, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And it is given to me that the value is a finite value. The value of limit is a finite value. So what powers of x should I look in the denominator? What powers of x should I be looking at in the denominator, in the numerator? In the numerator, what powers of x will I look at? Should I look at? Arey yaar, why are you taking so much time? We have discussed this so much. If we have x cube in the denominator, what powers of x?
X
Which
raised to
powers of x? So, like, okay, tell me fast, right? If you have
X-
x raised to 6, so what powers of x will you look in the numerator?
X raised to 6, sir.
Great. So sin x, how can you write sin x? You can write sin x as x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x raised to 5 by 5 factorial. So take this x this side. So you can get sin x minus x, right? You will get the expansion of sin x minus x. Then you can square it and check what is the power x raised to 6 coming. What about 1 minus cos of x cube? So you can apply your formula 1 minus cos of theta and then do it. Okay. So do it uh, today itself. Okay, fine. So that's it for today. Thank you. Sir, please end the class. Arun sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Students,
okay.
quickly
Thank you,
join
sir.
the next section. Thank you, sir.